Okay, second grade, this is the video for making our helpful robots with shapes. When you're making your robots, like we talked about in our lesson, you want to think about really simple shapes first. You know, what can the head be made out of? Maybe a big rectangle for the head, two squares for the eyes. You could add a smaller rectangle for the mouth, and really kind of think about the larger picture first, and then just kind of break it down into smaller shapes. The other idea you might want to think about too before you start is, what is your robot helping you do? Because depending on what it's doing, it might determine what it looks like. Okay, so I'm going to start mine first with a pencil, and then I'll outline it with Sharpie, and then I'm going to use crayons to color this. You, of course, can use crayons, markers, or watercolors if you want. My robot, I always kind of pick helping me in the yard raking leaves. So we'll get started. So if I start with the head, let's say I start with a rectangle for the head that's here. I like to always put a little half circle for the top, maybe two antennas. Okay, so then I have the eyes here. I like to do two rectangles. Make the center part squares then for the eyes that'll fill in. A large rectangle for the mouth. Small rectangle for the neck. Now here's where I change it up a little bit, is I'm going to make a cylinder-shaped body. I have the round part here, curved at the top and curved at the bottom. I like to draw like a door or an access panel here, maybe some buttons and gauges. Now, because I have the head or the body 3D, I might make the head look a little 3D too. So all I do is draw little diagonal lines off those corners, one off the back here, and that one. Okay. Then I would think, how is my robot getting around? Before in the past, I've drawn, you know, a single ball that it rolls on, or I've drawn tank tracks. I've done a rocket pack where it floated before. Let's say for this one, I'm going to do the tank tracks. So I think about the tank tracks are going to look something like this. And this is a little advanced in the drawing portion of it to make them look 3D. The tracks should be rolling here and here. And then the tracks would be something like this. There's the center part that it's connected to. Here. Okay, so there's my very capable robot and its tank tracks. And then maybe for to help me pick up the leaves, it comes off the back. Maybe one extendable arm. Comes up, and then here maybe it has the claw. Say since it's a robot and it doesn't mind the work, it would pick up individual leaves. Okay, so there's my robot. I will then draw the background that makes sense. So he's in my yard. I would draw the ground. I might draw, well, not might, but I would definitely need a leaf or two here on the ground. Okay. To really make sure we know that it's outside, I would then put a tree side here. When you're making trees, you would put the branches in. It's just a series of Ys, like Y shapes, like the letter, that go off and just get smaller and smaller. So this first one, so I have my branch, I would make a Y shape here. Okay, so it looks like a Y here. And then just repeat that process. So then there's a smaller Y, and you just continue. So here's a big Y shape until you basically just have a pencil line for the branches. Obviously, the more you do, the more involved it will be. That's for a tree if you wanted to see all the branches. Say it's like fall or winter and it's lost all of them. And since he's picking up leaves, I'm going to leave it like that. I might have something in the background. I might draw mountains. And then my clouds. My clouds I like to do that are kind of styled after the artist Albert Durr as I draw the bottom part straight. Then I make a series of bumps on the top, just vary the sizes. Okay, so then I have my robot. He's outside picking up leaves. Then I would take my Sharpie and very carefully outline it all. This is nice because it separates our colors. If you're doing watercolors, it's really nice because then it gives you a nice clean line to paint up to. Same thing with crayons or markers. It makes a nice clean edge, and it gives it a graphic kind of illustrated feel. Okay, so I take my time, I'd outline everything, the background, the trees, whatever it is that you made, okay, with your Sharpie or your black marker if you don't have a Sharpie. Then we move on to coloring it. Let's say I choose crayons. You could mix and match if you want to do crayons and markers. Let's say I have my blue here. That's a blue-green. We'll save that one. Cerulean. Okay. I'll just do classic blue for the sky. I'd color in my tree. I'd color in my robot, the mountains, the grass. One thing, though, I like to cover with the sky, crayons work nice with the sky color because I can evenly color in the entire background with it faster than markers and have a really nice look to it. One thing, too, is my sky goes all the way from the top of the paper and would go all the way down where it meets the ground or the mountains. Okay, we don't have a weird blue strip and then a white space. Color in the entire thing. Okay, you can pick any colors you want for it. All right, sound good? I'll be excited to see what you guys make for these.